So the Monster Hunter Wilds developer livestream just went down over at Gamescom. Let's not waste any time. Here are 20 new details that I spotted in this showcase. First up, armor set bonuses are back, and I think we all expected that, but now you also have monster class bonuses. For example, it was mentioned that you might have different pieces from different flying wyverns, and those can come in and give you a set bonus when worn together. This I love because this just opens up the variety and experimentation. It's just such a cool idea. Going on with that as well, weapons now have skills on them, which just encourages more experimentation with different weapons instead of just going for the strongest one and just going that way. Also, real quick here, weapon damages, they show the true damage values. I'm loving this because it was kind of difficult to know how strong weapons actually were back in World and Iceborne. Rise and Sunbreak always had this, so that's cool. Next we have the extended item bar shown here. It looks a little bit complicated at first, but I'm sure the implementation is intuitive once we get our hands on it. While we're speaking about items, it was mentioned that Alma will restock the items on Sacred, which is our mount. So while we're out fighting, we can return to Sacred and we will have not fully restocked items, but we'll have a few more potions and things like that. So that's really cool. The barbecue grill can be used anywhere for food effects and skills, and you can actually see the ingredients that you select, so that is such a cool detail. I'm sure that you just go out and get ingredients from the world as you explore, so that's just something seamless as well. So many new pods. So we have these large dung pods for dispersing crowds, useful for something like Doshiguma who travel in packs. So you would disperse them and then just follow the alpha so that you can fight one-on-one. Very useful. We also have luring pods now. This will pull aggro. You can use these for turf wars or even for just lance mains who want to pull aggro and have the monster attack them while they just put up their guard and everybody attacks other parts of the monster. We also have bleed pods now, which does additional damage to weakened spots. They said that they wanted to make this a living, breathing world, and I love the implementation of new environmental traps here. Great Thunderbugs serve as shock traps, so you can just shoot a pod at it and the monster goes in there, boom, trapped. Vine traps now remain after dropped, which is really cool. I've always used to miss these open worlds, so this is really nice to see. Speaking about traps, you can now pick them up again after you put them down. I mean, who hasn't experienced putting down a trap and having the monster just run off in the opposite direction? This is really cool. Barrel bombs can also be picked up now. They can be relocated or thrown at the monster. It's a really cool animation seeing these roll over to the monster. I think this will especially be cool in 4 players, just having everybody chuck bombs at the monster. The map is now fully 3D. You can pan, zoom, tilt, and just click on the monster and start a hunt that way. It's really seamless. Exiting and exiting camps is also really seamless. You just get on Sacred and you run. That's it. The new hook slinger can be used to grab items and loot, even while on Sacred. You can also activate those great Thunderbug traps that I mentioned before, as well as the vine traps. I even saw one of the developers draw aggro by just shooting out the hook slinger at one of the monster's faces, so it's very versatile. We can now lay down camps wherever we want. I'm not sure if this is a specific item that you need to use up to lay down these camps, or if it's unlimited and you can only have one at a time or something. You have to be really strategic about where you place them though, because they can be attacked by monsters, so too close to the fight, not really recommended. These will of course work as respawn points when we die. You can change your equipment, you can of course eat safely here. So that's just a new addition that I think makes the world that much more alive. Enough of the world, let's get down to the hunting changes. NPC hunters can now be called with SOS flares for offline group hunting. I love seeing this as a return from Sunbreak because it was always so cool just making friends with everybody back at camp and then just taking them out on hunts. And another big one here, online hunting is now cross-play. So no matter what platform you're on, we can all hunt together. Next up, while fighting a monster, breaking parts will immediately give you the material. So if you just need a horn, I'm sure you can just go out there, bash the monster's head in until you get that horn. No need to finish the quest, just run away and build your set. Here we have the new HP bar, and you can see how it expands there when the monster is readying a powerful attack. So we now have a new warning for that. And speaking about HP, we also have this optimal health recovery function that chooses the best item for the situation. So you can just select it, and if you are just missing a little bit of health, it'll probably just use a regular potion. And if you're missing a big chunk, then mega potion. And I don't know if max potions are in this equation or not, but we'll see. Okay, weak spots. This one had me a little bit concerned, but it looks like it's turning out to be really cool. The way that I think about it is like tenderizing over in Iceborne, only a lot more organic. The way it works is you keep attacking a certain monster part and that monster part will become weakened and receive more damage. I'm thinking that weakness exploit will increase the amount of damage you do to these parts, and you can pop these just from attacking them normally, or you can go into focus mode and do a big focus strike for upfront damage if you have the opening. So this one is a big one, and I'm really interested to see how this weaves its way into the natural gameplay. This one is a huge one. I think everybody was waiting to see what the next thing from Monster Hunter was going to be, and this is it. So let's see how it works on release. It seems that some monsters will now have unique effects. Speaking about weak spots, Doshigumo will reopen wounds near death during a final aggressive push. I think this might confirm that Devil Joe is reappearing. It could also work for something like Tigrex. I mean, he would just scream in absolute anger near the end of the fight and pop all of his blood vessels, open up all of his weak points. I can't wait to see what other unique effects that monsters have. I'm sure it doesn't just begin and end with just that one that Doshigumo has. So this will be something really interesting to see moving forward. Mounting is almost exactly like WILDS and Iceborne, with one very cool organic change. As you keep stabbing a certain part of the back of the monster, it'll open up a wound, and once that wound is open, you go over to that spot and you can do a mounted finisher right there. Absolutely badass. You have these perfectly timed knockback attacks. I'm hoping that you have one for every weapon, and I'm also hoping that they are very difficult to pull off. I don't want it to be a case where you can just pull them off so easily that you just spam them over and over again. I want there to be some difficulty to it. It seems like clashes are just for guard weapons, so if the weapon has a guard, you can do a clash, and I think it's associated with a perfect guard. I'm not entirely sure about all of the states that the world can be in, but I know that in the Plenty state, in the Windward Plains, you have a lot more healing endemic life. It seems like during the thunderstorms you get a lot more of those great thunderbugs, so you have more opportunity to trap the monster, but I could be wrong about that and it could just be a location thing. After defeating a monster, you can now climb on top of the corpse to carve it, and I know that this is going to lead to so many funny screenshots and pictures, so I can't wait. Speaking about defeating a monster, after a quest you don't get an end screen and get kicked back to camp, you just get an overlay, you can skip the timer and just keep exploring or hunting. Any monster that you damaged while you were on the previous quest, it will just remain the same. The entire world state will just remain as it was while you were in the quest. Finally, and the best one of all, armor is no longer locked to your character's gender. I love this so much. No longer are the days of looking over the fence and seeing how much better the other side has got it. We have reached true fashion hunter. I really can't wait. Okay, so those were the 20 things that I was able to spot in that showcase. If there was something that you spotted that wasn't in this list, please let me know. I think like everybody, I am just so excited for WILDS, so I just wanted a reason to speak about it again. It seems like they're cooking something really special once again, so I really can't wait. And that's it from me for now. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.